So I'm creating a save for The Sims 4 right now, and I just started it, and I thought maybe it'd be fun to go over with you how I'm setting up all the lore and the different family dynamics and relationships and how everyone knows each other and kind of all the little Easter eggs that I'm setting up. My main goal for this save is that it's going to be really detailed, and there's just going to be a lot of lore about the relationships of the characters and stuff. If you follow my Watson Legacy, you know that I really like complicated relationships in this game. I think it's a lot of fun to play out stuff like that. And my whole goal is that this save will be super detailed like that. I think we just jump in. So far, I only have 2 households in this world, but these are the 2 houses that I've built, and what we're gonna work on today is The Sims for that household. So this household is a little bit weird because it's a rental, so we have the Long family who we're looking at now, and we're also going to have another family live in a rented house on the lot. This is Edna Long, and she also has a tragically dead husband. I know I've done this twice and I only have 2 households, so I need to stop it. But this is Lauren Long. I haven't put him in any clothes yet. And the only 2 Sims that are actually going to live in the house are Edna and Lori. The rest of the Sims are just for the sake of like creating a family tree so that when I place these other Sims in the world, they are related in the correct way and I don't have to like cheat it later. It makes it easier if I just place them with these relationships. As you can tell, there's some family dynamics happening. What's funny is you can't actually tell because my face cam is blocking it, but just trust, there's relationship dynamics happening. It looks like none of her likes and dislikes saved, which is really awesome, and neither did her 3rd trait, so that's already kind of a glitch that I'm running into with this game. I don't know why it's deleting her 3rd trait, but it keeps doing it every time I save her to my gallery. I think she was outgoing, but I honestly really can't remember what I put for her, so that's gonna have to work. And then she has a husband, Lauren, and he is all set up so that he's a freegan, a loner, romantic, and he has a successful lineage aspiration. And so this is Lori Long. He is named after his grandfather, so Lauren, and his name is Lauren too, but he goes by Lori, so I made his name Lori. And he is the chief of mischief, so he likes pranks and kind of causing a little bit of chaos. And he's a slob, a maker, and an insider. So I made him into like robotics and handiness, but also guitar and fitness because he's also going to be in a band. And I've only made his like everyday outfit. I don't know if that's really going to be like the style he keeps. This is all like randomly generated stuff. I think that this is kind of like frat bro-y, but like a little grunge maybe. And I don't know if I want him to look a little bit more like in a rock band. I don't know what his band even is. Okay, so I know what his band is now. It's called Magenta Obscurity. The band, LOL, is what I wrote in my notes. And so far, I have Lori in the band as like a guitarist slash bass player. We only have guitar in Sims, but you know. And then also a Sim named Harlow, who I haven't made yet. The bullet points on Harlow are dyed hair, wants to leave Willow Creek, renting, question mark, small apartment. Something incoherent that I can't read in Goth's neighborhood. So maybe there's an apartment in the Goth's neighborhood. I don't know. I write all these notes on this little notepad on my lunch breaks and stuff. So that's the band. That's what I know about the band. And then also there's his mother, which I made look a lot like him. Like I made them have the same like moles in the same spots. I don't know. I haven't really fully made her up. I haven't done like any of her clothes or her body or anything. Same with her traits. These are placeholder traits because I wanted to save her family. She doesn't have any of that done yet. For some reason, I'm really struggling to explain this Sim and their father, but basically, this Sim is Lori's half-sister. They both have the same mom, Meredith, but Kaide, they have a different dad. Their dad is Hideshi. Hideshi is not Lori's dad. We're just putting them down to establish the relationship, and I'm gonna edit them a little bit more in detail later. And for now, we just need to put clothes on Lori so that when I kill him, it doesn't, his ghost isn't like naked, because that would be really weird. I thought there was some good stuff for older Sims in the last couple packs, so I'm gonna look around there and kind of pick some stuff out. Okay, I put him in clothes. It's a little bit stereotypical, but you're only ever going to see this if you go into their household and you take the time to resurrect him, which you totally could, and my goal is that he will be detailed enough that if you do that, it's like interesting. And because of that, I'm actually also going to go in and select a few likes and dislikes for him. So we're gonna say that he also really liked robotics, and maybe he taught Lori how to do that stuff. That's cute. And maybe he also really liked fishing. And then we also haven't set up her likes and dislikes yet, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. And I can do the rest of his outfits later, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place this household like it is. Okay, and then we need to cheat free real estate to get them to move into this house. And then I realized I actually also want a family photo with like a child version of Lori, so I actually just duplicated this household, pulled them into cast. I'm gonna delete all the Sims except for Lori. And I'm doing this in a really weird way because I don't want to redo all of Lori's genetics. So I'm just basically making like a duplicate sim of him just to take a photo with. So we'll make him a child. And he looks completely feral, which is pretty fitting. Okay, so now we're all loaded in and we're gonna get to set some of this up. So I'm gonna have her put her formal wear on and actually gonna have her come and practice the piano. We're gonna cheat her skill for piano in just a second, but I actually want like some family photos of her, and I think the best way to do this is to kind of manufacture some stuff. So we're gonna teleport Lauren right here. Why is she embarrassed? Musical insecurity, okay. And then I'm gonna have him take a photo, and hopefully it will be like a cute family photo that we can hang up. Tell me why I'm scowling like this the whole time. I didn't know I did this, but look at my brows are so furrowed. What am I upset about? I'm just setting this up. Like, what? This footage is unusable without my commentary because I'm just scowling. I'm also gonna have him go and reminisce. And then I'm gonna see if we can get like a nice photo of him in the rocking chair. I think that would be really cute. Okay. In order to get the best camera, we have to ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement. What a mouthful of a cheat. And then that should be able to get us this Machino camera. And we're just gonna face it right there. But first I need move objects on again. And then we're just gonna place it like right there. And hopefully this will get us a good photo of him. So he's reminiscing, but I'm gonna have her come and take this photo and kind of see what it looks like. She's ruining it. Okay, it would have been a cute photo, but a naked sim is in the way. All right, attempt number 2. Let's take a photo. She was about to be mean to him. What the hell? I think this is a really cute photo. So we're gonna take a couple at this size, a couple at this size, and a couple at the really big size, just in case. I'm not quite positive what I want to do with that photo yet. His little memory is in there, which I think is really interesting. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the little one up here and then do a big family photo right here. That feels what's best to me. So let's set that up. So we're gonna attempt to do this in the backyard where the lighting is good. So I just put 3 sim teleporters down and I'm just gonna teleport Edna, Lauren, and Kid Lori. And then I'm also going to adjust their outfits so that they're wearing something slightly different than before. So now's the part where I look through my pose packs and hope that I have something. I have this legacy pose pack, but it includes a toddler, which we don't have. But I could do a toddler version of the sister. So we have room for one more sim. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna set up a toddler version of the sister. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time, except this time with 4 sim teleporters, since there will be 4 people in this family photo now. And now I will go through and pose player, and I will set up the pose. Okay, and if I press play, they all should snap into place. Perfect, okay. And then I'm gonna have her go ahead and take a photo. Ooh, I love when it breaks. Hopefully this works. Okay. Cute. All right, so we're gonna do a few at the medium size and then at the bigger size, just in case. I figure may as well have too many photos to sell than not enough photos. And let me take a peek at how these turned out. So are these the medium ones? Yes. Look at how perfect that is for like a family photo of like them with like the kids when they were younger. This makes me so excited. I love setting stuff like this up. I'm just gonna have her hang on to these photos because I might have her put one of the smaller ones in her house somewhere because it is her like kids and her parents after all. But for now I'm gonna do something a little bit weird because I had another idea for another photo I want them to take, and we're about to go and do that. So I am actually going to, let's see if the game will let me do it. Ideally, I would like for these two kids to just be in another one by themselves, but it's not gonna let me. Okay, I'll take him and put him with them just so it doesn't yell at me. So now they're out of the household, which means we have 2 more sim slots in this household. We are once again going to create younger versions of Sims. Okay, so I made a younger version of her, and I'm gonna find a nice, like, older style wedding dress to put her in. And we're gonna do some, like, black and white photos. Okay, I think this is really cute, and it's really modest, so it feels a little bit older. And then we're also going to get a hair for her. Okay, I think I like this little bob with the hair. I think it makes her look the most like her still, although she still already looks, like, completely different. The photos are going to be in black and white, so it doesn't really matter if their colors are going together, and honestly, I should probably try and give him a little bit more contrast because I know that it's going to be in black and white. So let's attempt to do that. I also would like to point out that color photography became widely used for everyday occasions in like the 60s and 70s, so I'm aware that it's not entirely true that these photos would necessarily be in black and white. However, The Sims doesn't have really any like vintage filter other than like the sepia or black and white one. So we're just going with the black and white one just to communicate like old photo. Yeah, there's no vintage filter when you put a filter on a photo in this game, which is a bummer. And maybe there's a mod for one and I should look into it because I'm sure I'm going to take a lot of photos in like the 70s, 80s, and even 90s that I'm going to want to look slightly like older quality, but obviously like black and white doesn't really make sense there. I'll look into it. Okay, so that might show up with a little bit more contrast. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna see about adding these Sims in with that household. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit harder to set up because I'll need the camera to be off the lot and it doesn't want to let me do it. So we're gonna have to use Tool in order to do that. So we're just gonna click this and then we're gonna click it here and see if it'll let me. And then I'm gonna rotate it 180 degrees. Perfect. Okay. And then we're gonna have him take the photo. I know that's kind of weird, but it wouldn't be realistic for Meredith to take it because then it'll say that it was taken by Meredith. And in this world, Meredith wouldn't have been born yet. So he set up the tripod himself and they did like a timed thing. Although now everyone's gonna get in the way, which is really awesome. It's not what I wanted. I wanted them and their whole house. Okay, well, that sucks. Okay, so we're gonna move the camera even further back, and then we're also gonna get the Sim teleporter things, and we're gonna move them as well. So, tool mod to the rescue, to be honest. Let's do 1, 2, 8 squares and 0 squares and see what that does. Ooh, not the right direction. Okay, let's undo that. And then let's try 0 and then 8 and see what that does instead. Perfect. Okay, and then we need to move this one the exact same way. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna teleport him there, and then we're gonna teleport everyone else away. Okay, so everyone's mostly cooperating except for he is not, which is fine. And she is also kind of not. She needs to mind her own business. So let's see. We can get this to work. Okay, and then take photo. Please stop. I just want you to take photo. Okay, come on. Are you for real, Lori? I tried so hard. Okay, what if we just zoom in a little bit? That's probably fine, right? We just zoom, crop him out completely, and zoom in a tiny bit. And it's gonna look like this, so I'm gonna take some of the photos in black and white. So we'll do a big one, and then we'll do like a medium one. Before they move, I'm gonna take a peek at them to make sure that they're acceptable. Okay, so here's how these photos turned out. You can in fact see a sim in this window, right there. And you know what? I think it's okay. I think you probably wouldn't even have noticed had I not pointed it out. So I guess that's an Easter egg for if you're really looking at the photos and you really were looking up close, that there is in fact a sim that you can see all the way through the house. Isn't that so crazy? It was, it's this sim. It's freaking Kaide. And then I'm gonna do like a dancing photo in the kitchen and then take a photo. And hopefully this works. This one makes a little less sense because obviously a family member would be taking this photo. It wouldn't just be them like setting up a tripod and dancing in the kitchen, but we don't need to talk about it. Okay, I set up for the last photo in this corner, and I honestly might need more poses because I don't actually have as many as I thought I did. Okay, I don't know that I like this pose, so we're gonna find something else. I don't know if I like this pose either. I want them doing like something cute and coupley, but like not too aggressive. Okay, I did more of the wedding ones. I'm absolutely going to need to download more poses because if I keep doing this for like all of the households, they're all just going to be in like the same poses over and over. If you click too much, it like locks it. I don't really know what that is or like why, but it keeps frustrating me. Okay, now let's try. Okay, and then now I'm going to go into build mode and I'm going to kind of arrange these in an adequate way. And I think I'm also going to delete this because this was kind of originally a placeholder for these. So I think I want this one to go up on the mantle. And then I think that his ashes are going to go on the fireplace over here. So, and then over here, I'm going to do a cute spot for these kind of photos, which these ones are pretty big. So maybe I should come in and grab one of the smaller ones. Although I really love this one where they're dancing in the kitchen. I think that's so sweet. So maybe we should do that. And then we should put this one somewhere else in the house and maybe get like a small version of that one. Okay, I think this one I'm gonna set on her nightstand. I just gotta move this lamp. So let me do that really quick. Okay, and then that's really cute because there's a photo of them together upstairs as well. For now though, I'm gonna go to manage worlds really quick. I'm gonna boot out the young versions of both those Sims. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the young photos of her because I don't feel like you would necessarily hang those up, but more so I just want them because it would make sense. We have a young portrait of the husband, so I just took it even though I don't really have a use for it quite yet. Now we have quite the stuff to set up, so we need to get him into a career. So I'm gonna have it be really basic and I'm just gonna hit business. That sounds about right. And then we're just gonna like upgrade him to kind of an arbitrary level. We're gonna say that he is a regional manager. He got to level 5, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to have him retire from that. I'm gonna have her be a babysitter. And then I'm gonna see if she can retire from that. Can you retire from a part-time job? And then now I'm going to have her retire as well. And that should adequately reflect in here that he's retired and that he has a job. Yeah, I think that that's all correct. And then same with her as well now. And then I'm also going to have to delete the relationships to young them because that doesn't make any sense. But luckily we can just cheat it really quick, so it's super easy, which I really appreciate. UI Cheats is honestly saving me in setting up this save. So now I'm gonna make sure he has nothing important in his inventory, which he totally does. So let me just chuck those over here. I think it's time. Okay, so I'm gonna delete all of his inappropriate moodlets. And now is the part that I'm dreading, which is killing off this sim. So let's go into MCC, and I believe it's MC Cheats. Okay, sim commands, and then we're going to maintain sim, kill sim, and then we're just gonna do old age. So death by old age. Kill Lauren Long with death by old age. Yes. I'm really sorry. I know. This is like definitely the hardest part about all this, is that I have to keep killing Sims that I'm attached to. So far, both my families have widows, and this feels like a problem on my part. Like, I'm doing something weird. She's feeling really happy though, and we're gonna have to delete all her photography stuff. And I'm gonna delete all her moodlets as well. Is she not gonna go down and witness it? He is. You should go here maybe and probably like watch this occur. It's probably a good idea. Okay. Yikes. Okay, and he's gone. And we are left with an urn. And then let me engrave this. This game. Okay. I will cry real tears if I think too hard about that. Long, loving father, grandfather, and husband. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And then we're just gonna put it over up there on the fireplace. Next to the portrait of him. And the keepsake box. And now the urn. And then I'm gonna delete the sad moodlets because he would have died a while ago. So I set all this up. All these photos are older. All these photos are older. He died a bit ago. We're no longer like sad about it. Okay, that's kind of the timeline on this. And then I added a sugar skull next to Lauren's urn in the living room. And then I also added a few more upstairs as well as like a snow globe. And I'm probably gonna find something to put in this bottom shelf. And since he liked fishing, I also think I'm gonna put like a mounted catfish in their bedroom somewhere. Probably like right there. I don't know, hopefully just to be kind of an interesting detail, maybe over on like his side of the bed, I guess. The more lore I make, the more my heart hurts. Oh, you know what I could put here? I did also pull out a wedding topper that I really wanted to be their wedding topper. So I wonder, can I have her go and inscribe it? May their love last eternally. That's right there. Okay. We can put this one upstairs in this thing. I just gotta cheat for it a little bit. Or maybe I should put this in the keepsake box. Although I think the keepsake box is a little bit glitched right now. And my concern would be that it would get rid of my inscription. Yeah, it kind of looks stupid there anyways. Put those in, maybe she has to put it in her inventory first. This is very strange to me that I can't put this in here. I can put photos, but I can't put the wedding cake topper. Then in the meantime, what I will do is I will add a dark frame on that and I'll put this in there. That feels about right. I guess I can't put their wedding topper, so maybe I should put it up here. It feels weird that I can't put it in the keepsake box. You'd really think that that would be a keepsake boxable thing, but yeah, okay. So this is a nice little homage to Lauren. So there's an old photo of him, a keepsake box, which I'm gonna have to find something to put in there that adds to the lore. I don't know what yet. Their wedding topper, his urn, and then a sugar skull thing. So I want them to be Hispanic, but also Catholic. To clarify, okay, we're gonna get there. I'm kind of going out of order, but basically, Edna's family is Mexican, and then Lauren is Irish, so half and half. It's a mix-up. So to clarify the lore of my Sims that you probably don't care about, but I care about deeply, so I'm clarifying. So I'm hoping to use Olympino's religion mod in order to kind of set her up with church, which I know isn't everyone's thing to have in their game, but I think it's interesting and fun, and it adds a lot of culture to your Sims, honestly. Honestly, just a photo of her feels like strange. Like, it feels like maybe there should be like one other thing. Maybe we should also name all these. So, Portrait of Edna Long. Oh, maybe she needs a maiden name. Oh, there's interesting lore opportunity. Okay, so I focus a lot on tying Sims to other Sims in the world because I think that then you end up with like kind of a spider web of all these interconnected Sims. So Edna, what if she has a family that she's kind of estranged from that's also in this world. Or not in this world, but maybe in a different world, under her maiden name. But then you would only know if you opened this keepsake box and then you found the photo of her with her maiden name in it. That's fun lore. Wait, I like that. I love when the family trees are accurate though. But it could be like a Johnny Zest situation. He isn't in the family tree, so I think it's fine. Okay, wait, what's her maiden name? So the last name Long is English, Irish, and Chinese. So Long is his name, so he's English or Irish, but she is going to be Hispanic. And so I'm going to give her the last name. I've been talking to myself for like the last however long I didn't unmute my mic. That is so embarrassing and devastating. I've been recording for 20 minutes. I'll catch you up in 1 second. Inside this is that portrait. I haven't decided on a last name for her, but that's the little Easter egg that if you go into this house and you open this like thing, you can find out that her maiden name ties to another Sim family in this world. I don't know what that Sim family's deal is going to be yet. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Added realistic dates to all the photos, so in the future I'll probably do this before I take the photos and then I can put them in stuff that I know is like time period appropriate. But I'm saying that they got married in 1955, which would have been 69 years ago, which wasn't because of that, but was because I'm saying that Edna is 80 and she got married when she was 18. I completely screwed the math up. I knew something was off about the dates. They seemed a little bit too far away. Okay, so 62 years from... So 1962. Let me fix it. She looks a little more 50s than she does 60s and 70s, but I think it's fine. I think we're good. And then I also put him in the handy person career. I gave him level 2. I'm not going to give him gardening skill just because I don't think he's actually good at it. And I'm also going to cheat through her aspiration. So I know that process was a lot and we went into like crazy detail. I don't know if I'm going to go into that much detail with every family, but honestly, I might just get that carried away. So hopefully that's interesting to you. If it's not, I won't do any more of these. Anyways, thanks for watching.